What's good, ninjas? OJ over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to another PE Nintendo Switch news video that I have here for you guys. Today we've got some good information for you, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So, Mad Catz has filed for bankruptcy, and they are shuttering. For those who don't know, Mad Catz, they used to make really cool fighting game controllers, arcade sticks, fight pads, separate third-party type of controllers, things like that. They've pretty much been a mainstay for the past 10 to 20 years in the gaming industry, but unfortunately, recently they had to delist from the New York Stock Exchange, and now they have filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, which would result in the liquidation of their assets and company closures. So unfortunately, Mad Catz is going the way of the dodo. They're not going to be around anymore, and it's unfortunate because Mad Catz was one of those controller manufacturers, and the people that I always saw when I went to the fighting game tournaments, or if I watched, Mad Catz was one of them. I remember Mad Catz was one of the first people out there to actually sponsor someone for a fighting game. This is before the whole big E-League and everything that you see right now for Street Fighter. I remember they sponsored Daigo Umehara. That was the first thing that that I saw, that I'm like, man, you have this guy, this legend so far being sponsored by someone. That was the dream of gamers everywhere, especially if you grew up around the competitive scene as far as fighting games go, which I followed very closely when I was a kid. I remember watching Street Fighter Third Strike and all these different games back then, Justin Wong and Daigo going back and forth against each other whenever I could on my little dial-up internet and stuff. So I mean, it's insane. So it's just sad to see Mad Catz go. It's unfortunate, but this type of stuff does happen. I think at this point where fighting games are, and how people are just kind of not playing them like they used to play them, it's understandable. The people who make arcade sticks and stuff like that are pretty much struggling at this point because fighting games are not the way that they are, and the most popular fighting game out there on the market is Smash Brothers, and people use GameCube controllers. Because I can tell you right now, the GameCube controller business is not going anywhere. The Chaos controller dudes or whatever, the people that make those custom Nintendo GameCube controllers, they're doing okay, I guess. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but at the same time, it is what it is. Moving on to the next article here, Snake Pass. We have some information on this game. So Snake Pass, the time trials are currently missing from the Nintendo Switch version of the game, but they will be patched in later. Now this comes from Snake Pass lead design Brad Davey. He said, quote, "I thought I'd out myself to pass on some good news. I can confirm that we're working on getting the time trials patched into the Switch version of the game. I can't tell you exactly when this is going to happen. It's not quite as simple as flicking a switch. There is some work on our end involved on getting this up and running. As soon as I have more news, I'll be sure to pass it on." So pretty cool that it is going to be in there. Obviously, it's in other versions of the game, and you want to make sure that you have the same amount of content kind of packed in there. But it is something that's afterwards, and the time trials, you can kind of go through and see how fast you can get the levels. It's not anything huge, but then again, it is content. But it is coming at a later point. Pretty sure it's going to be free as well. So pretty cool that they're going to get that in there. Plus the recent Snake Pass update. I did talk about that already, but I wanted to let you guys know that some people have been doing some comparison videos, and it is, as far as the Snake Pass goes, they did improve the lighting and I guess some of the textures or something like that, so it is improved a bit when you're in TV mode docked. It does look a little bit better than what we got beforehand in the previous patch, so that's something to add on, in addition to fixing the HD rumble that people were having as far as it vibrating out of control. So there has been improvements in addition to fixes as well. Moving on to the last thing here, we do have some news on Splatoon 2. The item customization has been greatly improved, and this is something that I'm really excited about, because one of the most annoying things to me in Splatoon was getting the different stuff on there as far as your abilities go. So here's the article here. So the original Splatoon did have a feature where you can re-roll abilities onto any piece of equipment, because you can have up to 3, so you want to make sure you mix and match. This could be achieved by trading super sneeze tails to the NPC. New abilities would then be assigned randomly though, forcing players to constantly re-roll to get their perfect combination as far as what they wanted, which was very frustrating for me. This has been changed in Splatoon 2. Now players can collect gear ability fragments, and these fragments can be attached to equipment to give them any specific abilities that you have for that fragment. So this is obviously a feature that core Splatoon players and casuals are going to like. I hated that. It was just a random ability. I'm like, man, I don't like that ability. Now I have to redo this over again as far as getting the same thing over again and doing it. So it was just a hassle. So they definitely fixed it, and this makes Splatoon 2 playability so much better, in my opinion. Being able to customize your person the way that you want it, being able to customize the type of gear the way that you want it, and that's actually this reason here And to be honest, that was one of the reasons why I stopped playing the original Splatoon in the first place, just because I really got tired of that, having the random abilities. There were just a lot of little things that kind of all added up that made me stop playing the game, in addition to the Wii U gamepad, in addition to just plenty of things, just the 2 rotation. There was just so many issues that I had later down the line. Obviously, when it first came out, it was awesome, but just later down the line, they just said, you know what, I really don't feel like playing this game anymore. But it seems to be like, so far, Splatoon 2 is fixing so many of the things. The Pro Controller works like a dream. I can finally kill people at this point. Finally play and be confident in my skills when I'm playing the game and in the controls. In addition to that, they have fixed the online, in my opinion, based on the global test fire. Just comparing the global test fire from Splatoon 1 to the global test fire of Splatoon 2. Obviously, Splatoon 2 did way better for me, so I'm really excited and interested in what they're doing with the online play and how they're going to customize things. The local play has been revamped. Online play is being revamped and added in new things as well. New classes, new weapons. The dualies is cool. The dodge roll, the freaking jetpacks. There's so much good stuff that they've put into this game, and I'm really looking forward to the full release of Splatoon 2 this summer. I think it's going to be an amazing experience and a real good core shooter out there, online game for Nintendo Switch owners. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and hit that like button if you did like it. Let you know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest news, reviews, discussions, and more. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you ninjas for the next video. Peace.